Κανονίζεις εσύ,
What's he talking about? He said, I'll race you.
You think that's a big Greek?
I'll race you.
Και θα ήθελα να σας πω για ένα πάρα πολύ όμορφο ρήμα σε αυτό το εδάφιο που είναι το ρήμα δίνω. Δίνω. Όποιος αγαπάει, αυτό μας ζητάει στο εδάφιο,
The initial setup for this time together was for us as native English speakers to come and interact with them and help them practice their English. David and Aaron, as trained ESL teachers and language club highly experienced people, they planned that for us. Now, it's also now become a party, and I would say we really don't know how the whole thing is going to turn out, but I would say let's let David make the calls for us as a team on if there's something structured to do next.
Okay.
Yeah.
And apart from that, we'll just have conversations.
Because you're talking about an endpoint because you're going to fade about a.
Yeah.
So what I'd like to do is bless them with some practice in English. So it's going to be a little slow in terms of the kind of communication we do, but I have some games in increasing complexity. But you'll be divided up into teams that have you and them all mixed up. So, I mean, we're all walking into this a little unknown, but that's quite okay. God knows all what we need to do and how we can bless and encourage
Good
them.
for Presbyterians to have uncertainty.
In other words, this is a new experience for the four of us to have with a team at the house.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
You're the guinea pig.
You're the guinea pigs.
And for them to just relax and laugh is a ministry in itself to them.
Yes. And I will say this, we were in a recent situation where Tirdad and Nadia, where they had invited a large group of people over. And one of the things that she shared with her that I thought, this is very significant. And that was Iranian people love American people. Don't listen to the politics. She made that a point to tell this group of Americans. And so I think you would find that most of them are here because they can no longer live in the government of their country.
And the same is true for Kurdish Syrians. Kurds are very pro-American if you follow the politics in that part of the world. So, yeah.
About Iranian culture again, we say would you like come upstairs and eat lunch together? He said, yes. I said, what? Very fast. They said, yes. I said, why? But they came. We had good time together.
Because when Nadia said, would you come to our house for lunch, I thought, oh, I misunderstood George. I thought George wanted us to invite them for lunch. No, George asked them to invite us for lunch, so of course we said yes.
And very fast, Nadia prepared something, and they thought, oh, okay, we made a mistake. Maybe George told them for inviting us. So it was very fine.
And after that, when the Philip said, do you like come with us for eat or drink? Very fast I say yes. Very fast, I'm not ready for second time. Very fast. Yes, go for something like for coffee. Ice cream. Ice cream.
So we learned very fast. Yeah.
But we didn't know their side of the story until
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, they didn't know.
No, we didn't.
We said about our story to
Erin
and David. So they completed our story. Even we didn't know. George told them.
Yeah.
But I will.
Hello folks, I just want to say hi to everybody. I just want to let you know that we just came to the Acropolis Museum, but it was closed after we had our lunch. So we're now going to go visit with the refugees and have dinner with them.
Back there, but I also want to point out
Adrian's Arch.
it's First Greek Evangelical Church. This is the mother church of all the church plants.
Okay.
That's what makes me.
Anyway, so we're on our way to Corinth, and we're going to have, there's another town we're going to be visiting next to Corinth, I forget the name, and we're going to have lunch there.
Okay, Erastus pro edelitet SP stravit. Now, stravit means laid the pavement. Erastus is the name, okay? Erastus laid the pavement. The SP that you read there are the initials for the words sua picunia, which means his own money, at his own expenses. So Erastus laid the pavement at his own expenses. Why did he do that? Pro edelitet, in return of his adelship. Okay, adelship.
All right, folks, so this is Jerry Dog. We're here visiting the Temple of Apollo in the background. Can you see right here? We just got a little tour of the area. This is old ancient Corinth, and we're going to be having some lunch pretty soon. Just here with my brothers here, and yeah, this place is really interesting.
That part looked like, okay, that part you see the temple, the shops, the place where the governor could give a speech, could meet other governors and, discuss publicly, but it was the place also where people who had been accused for political crimes, in quotation marks. What are the political crimes? Speaking against the Roman authority, or violating the Roman laws, okay, or conspiracy against the Caesar, against the emperor. All these were political crimes. These people were brought here, okay, in front of the bima, and if they were found guilty, they were publicly beaten and humiliated. Okay, that was the reason why it was in such place. And you see this stone there, this small column. There are two holes on the column. This was to secure the metal rings around of which the person was tied. And if he was found guilty, he was placed on the stone there and he was beaten publicly, and he was, be humiliated. So it was not a regular court, okay? The regular court for criminal cases was down at the end of this excavation near the wall, which was called Julia Basilica.
So, Vula,
Yes.
Where did Paul, walk around
Down.
here?
Paul was down there, and Gallio was here.
Oh,
Gallio
right.
was on the
Standing
top.
on top, looking down
Yeah,
at him.
yeah, exactly.
Was Gallio a Christian?
No, of course
we
not.
won't see
No,
him in
no,
heaven.
he was not. But he respected the church. So you see this slab was part of what we call iconostasis. Okay, the place where the icons are hanging. If you go to a Greek Orthodox church, the division is the same. And the cross with the birds and the flowers indicate that it's a Christian church, and in the early Christian times, the birds and the flowers symbolized growth, spiritual growth, and the bird symbolized the paradise.
So we're heading over to Napoleon, and we just said bye to Vula. She gave us a nice tour of ancient Corinth, and over at Napoleon we're going to go see some Venetian houses, have a really nice downtime to just relax and enjoy a whole time fellowshipping together with some good gelato or ice cream. So stay tuned. We're on our way to visit a community center and then First Presbyterian Church here in Athens, Greece. We're just walking through a neighborhood and that is named as Neos Cosmos. It is New Earth. But anyways, we're coming to minister to people here and get to know more of good opportunities to serve for Christ.
I don't think you want one. I leave in the first week of November, so probably be about a month. If you want to problem.
So when we opened the community center, the whole point of it was just meet the needs of the neighborhood. It wasn't for church planning. It was to share the gospel in a way that shows the social face of the church, to meet the needs of whatever the community has, so more of a mercy ministry. So we thought that we would have more high school age kids, boys and girls, and Greeks. And as God works, we had junior high elementary age kids, only boys and all Albanians.
Hey folks, today is Wednesday. We're about to go to the Acropolis today and go look at the Parthenon, Mars Hill, visit a church, have some dinner with the refugees today. That's our plan. Hey, how's it going, Stan? Where you go? We're climbing up this big old hill, as you can see behind me. Yeah. And here's Stan. What's going on, Connie? Hey, Stan.
Hello there.
Hi.
Hey.
Connie M plus R.
So we're almost there to the top. See you at the top. Welcome to the Parthenon. I'm about to go up there and take a photo. How about you? Want to join me? Come on, let's go. Parthenon time. Parthenon. Wow.
We're at the Parthenon, and we're on top of the Acropolis, which is a city on a hill.
There you
Good
go.
job, Jer.
Cool. Thanks. As you can see, this is such a beautiful monument, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Let's go into it and see what we discover in there. Stay tuned. They say about the golden rule or golden standard, in that they have for every pillars going one direction, they do double on the other direction plus 1. So if they do 3, it's double on the other side, 6 plus 1, 7. And that is the golden standard. This is part of the restoration of the Parthenon. going to tour the museum right now, shortly. Let's take a look. Folks, we're at Mars Hills here. I'm about to go up these stairs, the original old school stairs that I don't know, maybe Paul the Apostle went up them, I don't know, but I'm gonna go and try it out right now. Acts 17, watch it. Wow. Tommy, this is crazy. So here we're on top of Mars Hills here at Athens, Greece. That's the Acropolis. But Mars Hills is all of this whole place, this whole entire rock. It's a big rock. It's not like dirt and anything like that. Anyways, thought I'd just give you a peek at what Paul the Apostle had been looking at all these years. Here it is.
Idols. So he reasoned in the synagogue with the Jews and the devout persons, and in the marketplace every day with those who happened to be there. Some of the Epicurean and Stoic philosophers also conversed with him, and some said, "What does this babbler wish to say?" Others said, "He seems to be a preacher of foreign divinities, because he was preaching Jesus and the resurrection." And they took him and brought him to the Areopagus, saying, "May we know what this new teaching is that you are presenting, for you bring some strange things to our ears. We wish to know, therefore, what these things mean." Now all the Athenians and the foreigners who lived there would spend their time in nothing except telling or hearing something new. So Paul, standing in the midst of the Areopagus, said, "Men of Athens, I perceive that in every way you are very religious. For as I passed along and observed the objects of your worship, I found also an altar with this inscription, to the unknown God. What therefore you worship as unknown, this I proclaim to you, the God who made the world and everything in it, being Lord of heaven and earth, does not live in temples made by man. Nor is he served by human hands, as though he needed anything, since he himself gives to all mankind life and breath and everything. And he made from one man every nation of mankind to live on all the face of the earth, having determined allotted periods in the boundaries of their dwelling place, that they should seek God and perhaps feel their way toward him and find him. Yet he is actually not far from each one of us, for in him we live and move and have our being, and even as some of your own poets have said, for we are indeed his offspring. Being then God's offspring, we ought not to think that the divine being is like gold or silver or stone, an image formed by the art and imagination of man. In times of ignorance God overlooked, but now he commands all people everywhere to repent, because he has fixed a day on which he will judge the world in righteousness by a man whom he has appointed, and of this he has given assurance to all by raising him from the dead. Now when they heard of the resurrection of the dead, some mocked, but others said, "We'll hear you again about this." So Paul went out from their midst, but some men joined him and believed, among whom also were Dionysius the Areopagite and a woman named Damaris, and others with him. So the street around here is named what, Phil?
The main one we walked up is Dionysius Areopagitus. Dionysius the Areopagite.
Awesome.
Help out here and help out in this house here with any kind of thing they need there.
Since we are going to stay here, we have to clean the home. But now there's another problem. First is, okay, it's not so good to see it every day, but this is not the serious problem. The serious problem is that it blocks a way for the water.
Okay.
So when it rains, the water floods in my house.
Comes the wrong way.
And this time with the Jorbas, it was already a nice experiment.
Okay.
It was a problem, we flooded, and it will be every time it rains, we're going to have a problem.
So January and February.
So now this is what we want to do. You can come over here and see it. Just walk behind me because I have dogs and the dogs poo everywhere. I'm sorry for that. They are puppies. Yeah. This is a puppy. This is a kitchen. It's a nice goal we can do today if we do it by hand. If we get this out of this corner, we will release the drainage so it won't flood anymore.
So get this out of there.
Look, the drainage is here in this corner.
Okay.
So if we pull away, it will drop all this down. But my idea is, maybe if we get a little bit, we put wood. We put wood and I have tools.
Okay.
And we can make a bar here so it stops coming down.
Go ahead and push it out. Okay, so after about 2 hours of working here at the fireplace site, we accomplished our goal, I think, of what the owner had asked us to do here. And I think we're going to be having lunch soon, celebration, go and rejoice in the Lord. Glad I've been some help to these people. What's up, fellas? Hey, Pastor, how are you, man?
Fine. Is it a video?
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you for being here and helping us. Thank you so much.
Well, my wife, when we were dating, before we were engaged, she said, "Oh, I could see where it's going to, and I have to be happy with that." She said, "Okay, I'm happy with that."
Yeah. Well, good.
It's a package deal, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. This was wonderful.
Just having lunch after our work day here.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
We're gonna head back to the hotel and relax some more.
Yes, this is really good.
had me manually enter in my passport.
What's up, guys? We're on our way back home from Athens, Greece.
Passport.
Checked in at the airport, and then we're going to be heading to Paris and then Atlanta.
Ben.
See you home soon.